juez además le negó el pedido a Conroy de reconocerlo como un agresor juvenil.
Prosecutors built cases against the young men for hate crime attacks against Marcelo Lucero and 3 other victims.
Nicholas from day one has always accepted his responsibility.
I think he had remorse the moment after he realized what had happened.
Unfortunately, Jose chose the wrong group of friends, and he shouldn't have been there. He should have walked away.
Jeffrey Conroy was charged with the murder of Marcelo Lucero. He recanted his earlier confession to the stabbing and pleaded not guilty. He went to trial in March 2010.
I think the most dramatic moment in the trial was the opening statement of the trial prosecutor, Megan O'Donnell. She said the night of the homicide on November 8th, 2008, the hunt was on. And there was like dead silence. It was, in my view, the most powerful one-liner that you could possibly have.
The hunt was really a theme throughout the course of this case. This wasn't a barroom brawl where people meet up by chance and, are intoxicated and, an assault occurs. This was something very, very different. This was 7 people going out of their way, actually driving from one community to another, from Medford to Patchogue, with the specific intention and purpose of trying to find a victim, a specific type of victim, a Hispanic victim, to injure. Everyone has their own idea or notion about what hate means, but in the statutes, hate crime has its own legal definition. I wanted the jury to understand that legally a hate crime is targeting your victim because of some outward appearance, whether it be how they look or their gender or race or religion, etc.
Many of the parents, many of the people in the community felt that we were overreacting. One or more of the parents were essentially saying, look, these are boys, they're young men. This is what they do. Kids get involved in fights, but these weren't fights.
It wasn't until later, with further investigation, that we began to learn about the other victims and also piece together what had happened that night.
Hector Sierra, a Patchogue resident, testified during the trial that he was attacked on his way home from his shift at a local restaurant. The assault took place just 15 minutes before Marcelo was stabbed.
I saw this car. These kids, they kept getting so close to me, but I thought they were just like playing around, But then the car stopped. They didn't say a word, they didn't speak to me, they just started running towards me. And when they caught me, they started punching me from behind, and then they kicked me on my waist. Those kids were like a pack of wolves. I was screaming like hell. I didn't see anybody, nobody came to help me or anything. As I ran away from these kids, my mother's image came through my mind at that precise moment, and I was praying. Like searching for light, something to protect you. I saw this house, and I said, I gotta get there, because these guys are gonna kill me. I reached the house crawling. I was trying to break the windows. I was banging, but nobody opened. They just put the lights on, and then this kid stepped away.
When he got away from them and sort of foiled their plans, they just continued to find yet another victim. And unfortunately, it was Angel Loja and Marcelo Lucero that they ran into at that point.
When I found out the next day, I couldn't believe my eyes. Oh, Marcelo is dead. Could happen to anyone at any time. I am a citizen myself. I've been here for 35 years, but I never felt so worse in my life.
Six of the assailants pleaded guilty to hate crime assault and conspiracy and were given prison sentences from 5 to 8 years.
You guys have anything to say in Jose's defense?
Anything to say?
Any...
Jeffrey Conroy was found guilty of manslaughter as a hate crime and guilty of the attacks on Hector Sierra and 2 others. He was sentenced to 25 years in prison.
Just as the judge had finished with the sentences, Jeffrey Conroy's dad, Mr. Conroy, stood up in the courtroom and yelled. He was only 17. And then he turns and he begins to walk to the back of the courtroom and he stops again and he says, "This is what you call justice?" It was just devastating to him for a son that he clearly loves.
How destroyed is this family now?
Totally.
What really struck me here was the sheer tragedy of this. You know, Shakespeare couldn't have written this. We heard letters that spoke a lot about the Conroy family and the contributions that they made to their community. You've got families totally destroyed. You had everything from heart-wrenching statements from Marcelo Lucero's brother, statements from his sister. His sister said at one point, "I can't forgive him."
No podía perdonarle.
Nobody won here. Nobody could win here.
My reaction about the sentence is really sad and sometimes. And I just want to extend my condolence for the Conroy family. I really feel sorry for them because I know there's a lot of pain for them. And it's something we live with that 18 months ago already. My brother's dead, and I don't want no more hate, at least in this town. I don't want no more hate, no more violence for nobody else.
Jeffrey Conroy, 19 years of age, was sentenced today to 25 years in prison for the killing of Marcelo Lucero.
Si hubiese sido un hispano que lo hubiese hecho, se atreven a tirarle cadena perpetua. Cuando él salga, él va a salir con más odio para nosotros. Eso es lo que yo opino.
So you think it was a good sentence, but racism is never going to stop?
Yes.
Okay, muchas gracias, corazón.
No, yo creo que estaba bien.
You're happy with the sentence that was given to him?
Yeah, I'm very happy.
¿Tú crees que las cosas van a cambiar en Long Island? Do you think things are going to change in Long Island now?
Yeah, it's going to change a lot.
Okay, muchas gracias, mi amor, por estar en sintonía.